art making are complexity and flux. In this large acrylic and ink painting on canvas, one of my gold series, circles float in a textured space that I created with rollers, pen and ink, and calligraphic brush strokes. In Cacophony, there's a near confusion of visual elements. The red circle and fan relate to my Japanese heritage and to screen paintings which inspired this series. In my mind, I see the red ball rolling around inside the gray ring. This is another large acrylic and ink painting. When I was a scientist, I used arrays of black moving dots as the stimuli in my experiments, including those which are recorded from the monkey's visual cortex. I imagined the black circle as a mass of these black dots, or brain cells. The following 3D paintings on paper are 18 by 24 inches. I painted over an old collage that had a segmented circle in the center. Even when the composition is simple, I want to complicate the piece by adding layers of marks and colors. In another of my segmented circle collages, I paid tribute to medieval icons and to Cy Twombly's Wandering Line. The gestural ink lines mark the passage of time by referring to the movement of the pen across the paper. My primary motif is changing. The circles are becoming irregular and starting to dissolve. My color palette is also expanding. Consistent, however, are the gestural marks, the ink circles that drift across the surface. The rings are drowning in blue. Even with a monochromatic palette, I can't keep it simple. In this larger work on paper, I used acrylic paints, colored inks, a nib pen, Sharpies, rubber stamps, stencils, and large and small brushes. In this 22 by 28 inch work on canvas, I progressed from circles to other geometric shapes and experimented with a different composition, courtesy of Sigmar Bolke. To create movement, I used transparencies and metallic silver, which changes with the light. I continue to use overlap, transparency, and gesture to represent complexity and flux, but I'm also becoming more interested in depth. I would like to depict space as something one can feel rather than something be deduced from overlapping forms. This is a small 9 by 12 inch painting in gouache. I applied many layers, but washed away some of them under running water to create the print-like effect in the background. With acrylics, my usual medium, my process is purely additive. This is another small gouache painting. Circles no longer dominate, and there are hints of architectural forms. I like this allusion to 3D structure, and from here on I've tried to include both solid and ephemeral elements in the same painting. In this 28 by 28 inch painting on canvas, swirling white brushstrokes surround the block-like structure. I pitted the action of the brush against the stability of the cube so that one could imagine the speed and force of the gesture in real time. This is my largest painting, a 36 by 72 inch triptych. In its early stages, it had many colorful pinwheels floating among a large line drawing of a perceptual illusion. Over time and many layers, the work was transformed. In this mid-sized painting, gestural lines and sweeping diagonals create tumultuous motion. To capture a sense of change, I continually build and destroy my images. If a form turns precious and loses its vitality, I paint over it or part of it and start again. I remain engaged with the ideas of complexity and flux, but over 16 months my work has evolved. In this most recent painting, only traces of circles, metallics, and ink lines remain. But I welcome change because most of the time it takes me forward.